What's up, everyone? We are back, and today we're going to go over my reaction and opinion on the 3.23 Affliction Path of Exile League. Now, I meant to put this video out last week, but I actually didn't record it because I took a week and maybe a little bit more off of Path of Exile for specific reasons, and we will get into that because it coincides with my opinion on the league. Now, as a disclaimer, if you are having fun with the league, remember this is my own opinion. If you are having fun, that is all that matters. If you like this league, if it's your favorite league you've ever played, that's awesome. One of my favorite leagues that I really, popped off was the Lake of Calandra League, and most people seem to hate that, but I had a lot of fun with it. So again, if people can say that with a straight face about something like Diablo 4 seasons, then I can certainly say it about a game where even the quote-unquote bad seasons are still usually pretty damn good and pretty damn fun. So first, let's talk about some of the good points of the league. The charms and the Wildwood Ascendancy trees, absolutely amazing. It's brilliant. It's very ambitious. They went for it. It plugs holes in builds. It enables other builds. It makes current strong builds even stronger. It is just generally a great idea, whether using the charms or the tinctures or the magi skills that are in the tree. Doesn't really matter. They are all very, very impactful. I think the gold standard for a league in an ARPG is make the league give you the ability to make things stronger and enable other builds. So some builds are probably, many of them are only possible with a lot of the skills in the Wildwood Ascendancy tree. I think that is amazing. That's what they should do every league. Kind of like with the Total League last season. The ability to use tattoos, absolutely incredible. I think this is an A+ and a W. Another W, in my opinion, and things I've been hearing from people, especially on stream, is that the amount of drops that people are getting, especially with the flat currency from all the juice that the Wildwood gives, is that people were able to buy things that they weren't able to before, whether that be a Headhunter or a Mageblood, which are now incredibly cheap because so many people are finding them. It is just now possible for people to do things that they weren't able to before, and that is awesome. Remember the first time I was able to buy a Headhunter, it was like a whole new world to me. I couldn't believe I actually had one, and it was pretty great, so it's awesome to know people are getting that feeling from this league. That is another W, that at least for one league, these people that are more casual or newer to the game got to experience some more of the high-end gear. The Wildwood itself was fun. It was good. It gave people a way to develop a strategy, even though we figured it out pretty quickly. It was still pretty cool to do. There was a boss, the King of the Mists. He was not that bad. He wasn't anything crazy or special, but he was still kind of fun. And the items he drops are really cool, namely the That Which Was Taken jewel, that would let it roll anything that the charms could run. So even if you weren't running the Primal Huntress tree, you could still get the advantage of these jewels to get some extra damage, or sometimes a lot of damage, and fill in certain blanks. Like here, I get crit chance while at maximum power charges. That gives me more freedom to use other stuff instead of just, going up on crit chance for my cast on crit build. So if they keep these in some way, namely That Which Was Taken jewel, I think that would be awesome. Since it is dropped by a boss that will probably not be in the game for at least next season, I don't know if they would put this on another boss or how they would just do it. Maybe they just add it to the normal drop pool but make it relatively rare. That would be fine too. But I hope that something like this does stay. Obviously, the Ascendancy trees from the Wildwood are not going to stay. I highly doubt these are going to go core. They are way too impactful to be a core mechanic, at least without it being semi-toned down. But if some of the items stayed or were added to the drop pool, I'm assuming some of them will. I don't know if That Which Was Taken jewel will, but we will see, but I really hope so. Speaking of items, that was another positive for the league, is the dopamine hit that you get from the drops when you juice a map. It is very enjoyable. It just feels good to see a lot of stuff on the screen. It feels good when you start actually considering dropping chaos from your loot filter for once. And stuff like that. I never did that. I still pick up my chaos when I was juicing. I am not juicing maps anymore, and we'll get into that in a little bit when we talk more about the negatives. But as far as the rush of people getting that dopamine hit, they That is not a bad thing. I think that is a W, maybe not a huge W, but still a W. But remember, you get too many dopamine hits, it starts to cause some issues, and we will talk about that a little bit. Another personal W with the league for me is that the challenge armor set is absolutely amazing for me because my favorite build uses a Cosprey, which is already purple, and I don't want to use an MTX weapon. Come on. It just looks dope. And no, I do not have the purple life bar. I have not done enough challenges yet, and no, I do not want to talk about it. Now on to the negatives. Now, I do have notes for this. For once, I usually don't even make notes for my videos. I just kind of go off the top of my head. I know that's not always a great idea. That's not me showing off that I do that. That is just on me as a poor thing I do, and I should really start making notes for my videos so I don't miss stuff, because I always seem to miss things. But I will try and structure this as well as I can and tell you why I think, in general, this goes into the L column as far as league mechanics are concerned, for one very specific reason. And that reason being that very quickly and faster than I ever have before, I got burnt out because of the Magic Find juicing strategy. And what pisses me off is I broke one of my major rules that I preach about all the time, but I fell victim to it, and that is, if you are not having fun, it doesn't matter if the thing you're doing is making a ton of currency, it will make you not want to play. And that is exactly what happened to me, and I did not play for a week. I think it was almost 8 to 10 days that I just went and played other stuff. I didn't stream, I didn't even make content. I just did not feel like playing Path of Exile anymore, and that is on me. I knew exactly why. I knew exactly what I did to make that happen, and it was all because of the juicing and the Magic Find strategy. That is because once you give people the strongest strategy outright, that is just miles and miles ahead of everything else, not only did it make me feel like I'm wasting my time if I do anything else other than this strategy, but as a content creator, it made me feel like this is the only thing people are interested in. This is the only thing people watch. I mean, I turned on a stream, or I turned on Twitch last night and I was going through the POE streams, and basically everyone was just magic finding. And they had been for like the last month plus. Like, that's all there is. And it's either that people are not sick of it yet, or maybe that's just really what people want to see. They want to see that gamble. They want to see the loot explosions. But it just got so boring to me. I was like, well, if this is what is working for people, I don't even want to waste my time doing it. Because I didn't like magic finding in previous leagues, even when it was strong but not amazing. I mean, it was still amazing, but it wasn't like stupid overpowered. But I was like, I just don't want to have anything to do with this magic finding thing anymore. I'm just so bored, I'm so burnt out, but I feel like if I don't do it, I'm doing a disservice to my content and the people that want to see certain things. And not only did I know that this was happening, that people were going to get burnt out, that even after I got burnt out and I just came back a couple days ago, I had 3 different people in my chat literally say, I'm done with the league, Magic Find burned me out, I just got sick of the league super easily, and I am already done. I know you're thinking, oh wow, 3 people? That seems not like a big amount. Yeah, my Twitch streams average between YouTube and Twitch between about 15 to 20 viewers at a time, and about 70% of them don't even talk. They are just lurking, which is perfectly fine, but that is a large percentage. 2 people said they were burned on the league. 1 person said their brother stopped playing the league already because he was like, I'm just done. I found pretty much everything I wanted to find, and I really don't feel like making more builds because I'm just going to end up wanting to do the Magic Find strategy again. So that is not just me saying that. It is obvious a very large percentage of the people have these feelings as well. And no, I am not upset that even though my views get thousands and thousands of views now, nobody seems to want to come hang out with me on twitch.tv/SafeOnTalk. I am perfectly fine with that. I don't care at all. Why won't they hang out with me? Alright, I'm over it. But the next negative thing is that it also sets up for the next league to feel absolutely garbage for a lot of people. This has happened in the past. I heard people say this happened with Harvest League. I did not play Harvest League when it first came out, but apparently people were so strong and loving the league so much that the next league felt like absolute nonsense and crap. Because of that, hopefully that does not happen. I'm hoping that the people that got to play with these strong items that they were able to get this league come back next league because they're like, okay, I want that feeling again. I'm doing it this time, and they're going to be more motivated to farm harder to get those items. Now, going back to me breaking my rule real quick, I even tried making other builds. I made a splitting steel build that was really good, and I was just mapping with it for about 20 minutes, and I could not shake the feeling that I could just go back on my Magic Find character and make a ton of currency. Like, it was just this lingering thing in the back of my head. Same thing with one of my favorite things, and that is Sanctum, and that is still crazy profitable. It did not get nerfed. You know, subscribe. I'm going to be doing another Sanctum video on that, hopefully this week, if not early next week, so stay tuned for that. But even when I ran Sanctum, I could not shake the feeling that I just wasn't making enough currency, and I was wasting time that I could be making other currency, even though there was really nothing that I wanted to buy anymore. I had the items, I had my Mirror Claw for my, you know, for my Magic Find build. I had a lot of really great stuff, so I don't know, it sucked. I could not shake the feeling that no matter what I did, I just felt like I was wasting time spent better elsewhere. Another thing that was kind of weird is because of the league mechanic. Usually in a season, the pricing of things fluctuates wildly depending on the league mechanic, but I've never seen anything like this. There are some strategies that are incredibly good. The invitation farming strategy that I've made a video about is stupid strong right now, with invitations going between 2 to 3 divine a piece, as well as a lot of items fluctuated. Pro Genesis was up to nearly 100 divines, simply because people weren't doing anything with magic finding, so the boss only drops were just getting absolutely batshit out of control. That was weird. I don't know if that's a positive or negative. I've just never seen anything like it, so I just wanted to kind of put that point in the video. And the last negative that I'm going to talk about is that the main way to make currency, or the best way because of the juicing, really highlighted one of the biggest negatives about Path of Exile, and that is it is built on an older engine that has not been revamped. Sure, it'll be a lot better in POE 2, but the lag that comes with too many things on screen, as well as the lag that can be created by certain skills, say like Kinetic Bolt, that causes massive amounts of lag, where it just becomes a slideshow. You drop to 3 frames a second, and then it slows down, and then it catches up, and your character freaks out. It just, the best way to get currency with the league mechanic was just highlighting one of the few negatives about Path of Exile. I love this game, but the engine is a little outdated, and it cannot obviously handle all of the graphical calculations when things, you know, really start getting crazy. So that is definitely an L, where the most popular thing to do in the league is also the thing that highlights one of the biggest negatives about this game that most people don't even see or know about, because they rarely run into the issue doing other things. Now, I'm sure some of you as veterans are probably thinking, oh, well, welcome to the struggle. You know, these people got to see what it's like when you really push things and do all this. I don't think that's a good thing. I'm well aware of it. I don't want newer players to see that side of the game, because I care about this game, and I don't want them to think, oh, so when I start doing the best stuff, the game just is almost unplayable half the time because the amount of lag it creates. No, that is not the case. That is not always how it works. That was, this league was a very, very extreme example. Usually the only time you'll see something like this is if you do like a 5-way carry where someone's using Kinetic Bolt constantly and they're just constantly spawning mobs, and, you know, you're maybe in a realm that is not local to you. So was the league fun? Yes, it was very fun for about 3 to 4 weeks. And then I got burnt out so fast, I was like, I cannot give this mechanic a positive grade. Whether they meant for this to work this way or not, I do not think they meant for it to be this extreme of a Magic Find thing. Or, you know, maybe back in their minds they knew this and they thought, well, it might be good to give people a power creep like this as far as finding things. But again, you know, when you have 4-month leagues and you want to keep people on the game, getting burnt out super quickly. Again, I play all the time and I am a content creator. I make extra time to play this game. So getting burnt out in 3 to 4 weeks might be, you know, 1 to 2 months for someone else, but I still think that is a little quick to get burnt out of something if you're not wanting to play it halfway until the next league starts. I don't want everyone to drop off for the 2-month period, which is in about 2 weeks from the time of recording this video. But anyways, yeah, that's what I think. This was not the best of leagues for me. I think it's one of the worst for me, just simply how I got burnout, which sucks because I think the trees, the Ascensi, everything is great. Now I'm still playing because, like I said in the beginning of the video, even a bad POE league is still leaps and bounds above most other ARPGs out there. So I'm still playing, I'm still streaming, and I'm having fun again because I got rid of my Magic Find gear. I basically got rid of my Magic Find character, and I went back to the things that I know I enjoy. So I'm going to be putting out more videos in this week and next week and probably the week after that, because I am kind of getting back in the swing of things, and I finally broke the curse of thinking, if I don't do Magic Find, I'm just wasting time and it's not what people want to see. No, screw that. I don't want to do it. If you have not tried Magic Find this league and you want to, by all means, you know, do it, be my guest, but I suggest if you're already having fun, you don't need it. Just stick with the stuff that you are enjoying, stick with the characters and the skills that you enjoy. Yeah, guys, let me know in the comments how this league, you know, really felt to you. If you think it's a W, if you think it's an L, and just give me your feedback on the league, or maybe, you know, how crazy some of your finds were. Let me know in the comments, and also like and subscribe. As usual, the like actually helps a ton to get more people to see this video, and go follow on twitch.tv/safeontalk. But thank you guys, and we will see you on the next one.